right, so I want to talk about this ideal between employee and entrepreneurship, ownership. Do you guys know which one we are, first of all? Who knows which one we are? Are we employees or entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneur, you sure?
Very sure.
Very sure. Okay, cool. You are correct, my friend. Now I want to be honest. Can I be honest with you guys and be real? Some of you guys might get naked out after today and quit. I'll be honest. I'm just gonna be really real with you guys, right? I prefer being honest and transparent. I think the truth will always set you free, right? And I'm gonna have real talk. Is that cool with you guys?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So I want to explore this ideal with you guys. This ideal of entrepreneurship versus employee. What's the benefits? What's the con of both sides? All right, so let's walk with me here. So when I first started, I had a very big employee mindset. I work at UPS, and the reason why I work at UPS because my parents was a business owner, and they were working like freaking 12, 14 hours a day. They work from 7 to 7 in the morning, 7 p.m., Monday through Sunday, every single day. And we had maybe 1 or 2 days off a year. Chinese New Year and maybe sometime Christmas. And Christmas would suck because they would go to Vegas without us and we just hang with our grandparents, right? That's like their time. So, in that environment, I really didn't like entrepreneurship because I thought that was just a lot of work. And my parents always tells me they didn't really have a choice. They didn't have an education. They really didn't have the resource that they are providing for me. So they have no choice but to have a small business and feed the family that way, right? So at an early age, I thought that employee is the way to go because I'm going to go get a degree, right? I'm going to get a good job, get weekends off, spend time with my family. And that's what I decided to do, right? At 18, I got a first job at UPS, my first real job, not including my parents' store. And that's a journey. I wanted to get an econ degree, economics. Why economics? Do you know why I picked economics versus all the hundreds of degrees or maybe even thousands now of things that you can pick?
Why, Ken?
You tell me. What are we here to do?
Make money.
Make money. Economics is study of money. I'm like, man, I can't pick a subject because I keep changing my mind, right? It's like workshop seems cool, then art seems cool, then there's like, all this stuff seems cool. I couldn't make up my mind, but I know I need money, so I'm gonna study money, right? I'll figure out what to do with that, but I know it's gonna be useful somehow, right? So, I went to college, Cal State Long Beach, and worked toward getting an economic degree, right? And then when I was about to graduate, I came across this opportunity. Stefan took me out in sales, right? At this time, I'm still working at UPS. So let's talk about UPS real quick. I feel like I need a little backstory of UPS. So at UPS, obviously I went there because I know I need to get a job. I'm last semester about to finish and get my economic degree. I'm like, I have a pathway I have to pick, right? Should I go full-time at UPS? At this time I'm a supervisor. Should I go full-time and become like a general hub manager at UPS? Or should I do something else? I wasn't sure, right? I'm still kind of like, maybe I can do better than my parents. Maybe I can still do this entrepreneur thing, but just be better and not be a slave to the business, right? So I don't know if I watched a YouTube video or read a book, but I just remember somebody told me, if you want to know what your life is like, just ask the person that just ask the person that's above you to see if that's the life you want. Do you think that's a good advice? If you want to know what your life is like wherever you're working toward, just ask the people above you and see if that's the lifestyle you want. Do you think that's a sound advice or no?
Yes, I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the best advice I've ever gotten, right? you guys should take that advice. It's a smart one. If you see successful people that's in love, that's a business owner, and their employee love them, I think you should ask their advice. Because they're doing something right. You need to figure out what they're doing and see if that's something that you can and want to do. Does that make sense? So I asked my manager at the time at UPS, his name was Scott Milliot. I was like, Scott, you know, how long does it take you to get to this position? Right? I'm thinking of going full time and things like that. Can you help me out? Right? Like, and Scott, you know, he's a freaking workaholic too. He was over there doing 12 hours a day too on salary. Right? And Scott looked at me and he's like, Ken, if you want to do this business, you gotta go all in like me. You gotta go all in like me. Right? I know I'm always going to work 8 hours, but I'm putting in 10 to 12 because whatever it takes, I will get to the next level. Right? And I was like, Scott, how long did it take you to get to hub manager? Scott, like, it took me 8 years. I was like, oh shoot, 8 years. Like, how much do you make, Scott? He was like, I made $80,000. I was like, 80,000? Dang, that is double what I make. But inside, I didn't tell him this, but inside I was like, dang, that's a little bit. I can't get my I can't get my island with 80,000 and I don't want to spend 8 years. Right? I was like, thank you. And then the next day I applied for sales companies, right? And that's how me and Stefan relationship started from there. Why did I apply for sales? Why do you think I applied for sales?
You want to make more money.
I want to make more money. So I went to school to study economics, right? For money. And I took sales because I read somewhere that sales professionals make the most, like they're the top earners. And more importantly, sales managers, someone that can develop a sales team, dominate almost every industry. And every business owners need a sales force. I couldn't dispute that. It was written everywhere, it was facts. Does that make sense? So I'm like, okay, sales. I need to check out sales to see what it's like, because ultimately I don't want to be Scott, right? Work 8 years to get to a position of 80K, but on top of that, how do you think I can get promoted and be in Scott's position at UPS? What must happen? What must happen to Scott if I want to be the hub manager and take over his spot?
You gotta accidentally
That's to leave you.
What?
You gotta accidentally trip him and
Yeah, he has to have an accident or something and fall into one of those belts, right? And then the position open up. Right? Or sabotaging or something. I don't know. There's only one hub manager per hub. You know what I mean? Like, so is growth in my control? How much control do I have over growth really? Let's say I do a kick butt job, right? And there's just Scott, you know, has been there 8 years already. You know, what's the chance of me taking his position?
Pretty low
Very
chance.
slim.
Very slim, right? Scott used to do a lot of like, on top of his 12 hours a day, he used to go on the weekends and play golf with the big boss. Right? And I used to tell myself, I would not kiss butt. You know, I'm gonna earn it my way, but I'm not gonna go that route. You know what I mean? You know, so that's employees, that's the employee lifestyle. Now there are some perks. There are some perks. At UPS, I have a task. I know what I have to do. And no matter if I work my butt off or not, technically I only get about 50 cents a raise or whatever a year. If you're a kick butt supervisor, you get $1 an hour raise a year. And that's that. So doing there, now I'm a hard worker and all, but after 5 years at UPS, getting 25 to 50 cents a raise every year, what do you think my mindset became on my 5th year as a supervisor? Am I trying to go full throttle or am I trying to milk the clock?
Milking the clock.
Why is that? Is that a smart thing to do or a dumb thing to do, milking the clock?
I mean, regardless, you're gonna get paid.
Regardless, you can get paid. That's actually smart. For someone that maximizes, that's the smartest thing to do. It's like, you know, you can chill and still get paid the same. You just do enough to get your points or promotions or whatever, and that's that. Right? That's employees, man. It's like that. that lifestyle is good for a lot. I mean, right, when I picked this business, the first 5 years in this business, and I should nick you guys out because I was a slow learner. Again, I was a very big employee minded. I took an employee mindset and I put it into entrepreneurship, and that was hell. Right? How many of you guys go out in the field right now and sometimes think, okay, I made $250 today. How many hours did I work? How much is that an hour? How many people do that? You have some form of employee mindset still there. Okay, because I did that. And we're like, some days I'm like, dang, after all the deduction, I'm like, this week I made $500. How many hours? What the freak? I made $6 an hour? Why did I leave UPS? Why? I could be chilling right now over the weekend, you know? Maybe I go play golf with Scott. What did I do, right? And then on top of that, man, I got paid from my parents. Man, my parents love me so much. They're like, dude, we told you entrepreneur sucks. Why are you picking that? Do you want to be me? Do you want to be stuck at the store 12 hours a day? Honestly, I don't want to be you, you know, but I can do better. You know, so if I'm talking about the sales game, I earn all this money without expense and I have the opportunity to have my own shop, you know, the override, you know, all these visions and things, you know, I think I can do this without being a slave to the business, mom and dad. No, son, trust us. Listen to me. I want the good life for you. Take the weekends, you know, 8-9 hours. If I had the degree, I would just get a job. I won't do this, I won't do that. Why do you think they're doing that? Why do you think my parents are doing that? Do they hate me? Do they love me? What do you think?
No,
Are they trying to sabotage me? Just freaking.
they're just worried about you. They're just, it's as the regular, how do you say, the sense of like, that's just, they're worried about you. It's one of their instincts. They need to be worried about you. Just, they want you to be safe. They want you to know if you're doing something right, something secure. They like security.
Yeah.
Parents love security.
Right. They love you. They love me so much that they were willing to work 12 hours, 14 hours a day for me. But when I try to work 9, they freak out. They just want the best for me. They want the best for us. Right? Your loved ones right now, if you have loved ones right now that are trying to talk you out of this, it's because they love you. They want to protect you. They want the easier life for you. Right? But I was like, no, you guys flee from Cambodia, 2-day walk across a country to come to Thailand so that you can fly over here. You're in exile. You risk your life to bring me to America. As a child, you told me your sacrifice and your burden. I want to liberate you from that. I don't want you, if I can, for you to retire before 65. I want to make sure I buy you a house, I retire you, and I will give you everything back and more of the sacrifice you made for me. Right? I have to fight them on that. Actually, I have to fight them on doing things for them. It's the craziest thing. You know, it's the craziest thing. Like, I love you, that's why I'm doing this. They're like, no, I love you, son. That's why I don't want you to do it. I'm like, no, I want to do it. You know what I mean? And so it's funny because love is like weird that way. You know, like you love someone, but like you're fighting because you're trying to do good for them. But there's two different perspectives going at it. One is stability, trying to protect, and the other one is growth. Right? Every single day right now, you're battling between this still. Is the ideal of stability and then taking it easy. Right? And then growth, putting yourself to obstacle and challenge to push forward. That's entrepreneurship. The honest truth is I cannot make the decision for you, but I can tell you only from my experience what the journey have brought. Right? Through the process of entrepreneurship, becoming your own, which means taking ownership in all the bad and all the good, putting myself through countless trials and tribulations. You know, it's the best outcome is really the you that you desire. And everybody have a different model of that. They truly do. In my younger days, I thought there's only one model, just be like me or whatever, right? This guy, this is it, this is the main leader. But I realized actually that you will become your own best version of yourself. And entrepreneurship is a spiritual journey that gets you there. Right? So what I'm asking you to pick is, you can pick the easy life already kind of shaped for you, right? Through your parents or through even a job, right? Or you can pick a route that defined you and shaped you to be the person that you keep saying that you will be. That decision will be yours. But it won't be easy. At the end of it though, I tell you, it took me 10 years. Every single time I go to family, I don't want to go to family dinner anymore because the conversation would be my mom at the table like, quit, right? This is not good for you. I haven't seen things. You're just telling me BS. What is this money you're talking about and time? I don't even see you anymore. To now, right? Every Friday I take them out. They're retired. The house is paid for. Now they're like, you did it. You did it. You told me you were able to do it. You did it, but you did it in such a way that I could not imagine. Right? Because not only were you able to do it, you're able to free yourself and have time for us. I wasn't able to do that with my parents. That was why I wanted the best for you. I didn't want you to sacrifice time. I was like, I know, Ma, I told you I had a better plan. You know what I mean? You just have to believe in the master plan, right? You know, and you know, it's the money and the success. The truth is, one thing that mattered most was my ability to connect at a higher level with people I love. To be honest, what this business gave me, all the sales strategies, all the customers I've closed, all the people I've trained, all that really just helped develop me to be able to deal with those I love more effectively. And that is the true wealth that liberates me. That's what makes my life really meaningful in things. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
You know, so I really want two guest speakers to help me out here, because I think, you know, it's either gonna take you out or is it gonna make you refine your way of thinking, right? But I do want Andy and Stefan to kind of chime in to share why they picked this versus a good job. I don't know if you guys know this, but Stefan actually had a really good job making well over 6 figures, right, in the corporate America field, right? And he decided to come back. Like, how many of you guys, if you have a 2,000 plus salary job with days off, paid vacations and all that, they would decide to do this? So Stefan, I mean, would you want to share your story, your journey, why you picked this versus, like, you know, corporate America and things like that? Because I know everybody have a different reason why they did this.
Stefan has technical difficulty here.
Okay, so let me do another intro. I had Stefan and Andy speak on this. So let's talk about Andy, right? Andy have a different background, different reason of why. So let's talk about Andy first. Why did Andy do this? And why pick this over, you know, whatever you had options at the time? Why you share with the team?
Yeah, well, thank you, Ken. I think this is a great opportunity for me to share my story with you guys. And there's just so many ways to skin a cat, right? You guys have so many different ways to go make money, right? And I had the opportunity to do that too. But my options were work at the donut shop with my family, work at the 99-cent shop with my family, or go work at a 9-to-5 job like Ken was talking about at the mall, or this opportunity here. And at the time, I had a lot of options, right? But I just knew my value, and I knew that making $30 an hour sounded glamorous, right? Because that's what society teaches you. You know, after you graduate high school and college, $30, $40 an hour is beautiful. But once I did the math, I think Ken showed me this. Once I did the math on how much that really was, $30,000 $30 an hour times 8 hours a day, that's about $240 in a day, right? And that's about $60,000 in a year before taxes. I was like, that's it? Right? They glamorize the $30 an hour so much to us, as young entrepreneur, because they just know that they can get a lot out of people our age. And Ken just showed me this opportunity with sales, and I could have made $240 in a day, selling one product, And I was like, wow, I can go out there and make money just selling cable and internet. Like, let me just get 2 out there. I'll double my income right away. So just seeing that gave me the control to make more money. And I was a basketball player, so I knew the performance-based type of business that I was in basketball is the same as this business here. The harder you work, the more valuable you'll be in this business. And the ultimate reason why I really wanted to do this business is because I wanted true security. What is true security? It's not being an employee. Being an employee, somebody may just cut you. The pandemic may cut you, right? You can be the #1 salesman at Honda, getting paid $300,000 a year, but the pandemic will get you, right? If somebody chooses to not work with you because of your ethnicity, whatever, they can cut you. But true security for me was being able to sell, being able to lead, right? And I knew that nobody can take that away from me. And this business, this is a tool that I'll always have in my pocket anywhere that I go. So that's one. Number 2 here is like, I wanted to do something that scared the hell out of me. I knew that commission only, doing a sales job like this, will only keep me up, right? Nobody in my family did. So I was like, all right, let me do something that's fearful and turn that into power, right? And I think some of you guys here feel the same way. Like, let me try this and get something out of it, and do something that scares me, so it expands my identity. So that's 2. And then 3, guys, it's the financial, monetary income that you guys can make here will provide for your dreams. Like, I had my dream car at 21 years old, right? Now I need to think of another dream car. I'm living in my own place with my girlfriend, which is freaking amazing, right? People my age right now are still thinking about renting a house, and nothing wrong with that, right? But I had bigger aspirations, and I'm able to do that here, right? And then last but not least, the passive income that I've dreamt about, I'm able to manifest it through this business. As long as I know sales and I understand leadership, I can take this anywhere that I want. So that's true security for me, the values that I learned. So that's pretty much it, Ken. Just want to pass it back to you.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you for that. Stefan, are you there now? There he is. Hey, Stefan, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, awesome. Yes, we just want to hear your story. Why did you leave a secured, good job with benefits and all that for this?
I'll be honest. I was the #1 sales manager, for a company called Sunrun. It's a solar company. And I didn't have much control. They moved me out of Las Vegas to San Diego. Long story short, I was doing very well in the company and exceeding, but the company had other directions that they wanted to take, and they went public with the company, and they had other people who wanted to buy the company. So even though I was a top performer, overachieving, putting my heart and soul into the company, they decided to lay off the entire sales team. Everyone, my boss, my director, everyone got let go, right? And I told myself that I will no longer put my heart and soul into other businesses unless I have a partnership or I own that business, So coming here with CMC, we were offered an opportunity where we get partnership within the organization. So I'm able to put my heart and soul into it and reap the benefits from it, rather than put my heart and soul into something and have, get whatever little bonus they dangle in front of me, and I have no control. So, we see it all on social media. It's more now than ever. This generation should be more aware of branding, partnerships, entrepreneurial mindset. We know that that's the direction that we should be going, right? Those that you see that are successful, this is all that they talk about. They never say I'm successful because I'm a UPS manager and I've stayed on this job for 20 years. No, they talk about ownership, partnership, branding, things of that sort. So it's available to guys, and it's in front of our eyes more than ever now. But yeah, just to sum that up, that was my story. I've always put my heart and soul to anything that I do, and I always like to overachieve. I like to be number one, right? I just was doing that in corporate America, and it didn't work out for me in that favor. So I made that commitment to myself that I love sales. I love the ability to be able to be in a performance-based environment. When I used to work, before sales, I worked with mentally ill kids. I had a great job, as they say, with the state, great benefits, all that good stuff. And I did the same as Ken. I wouldn't talk to my boss and saw how much he was making. And I'm just like, man, 80,000, that's it, right? And I got to do all this overtime and stuff just to make more money. And I would work double shifts for that job, 16-hour days, and then I would get paid the overtime, and Uncle Sam would just tax, I'm like, why did I work all 100+ hours and I only made $1,000 more than what I normally make because they took so much out in taxes, So yeah, I just made that commitment to myself that my character is always gonna put my best foot forward and go hard. I'm just no longer gonna go hard for something that I can't be invested in and have a part of, So when Ken created this opportunity and he's willingly, opened up and was willingly ready to share profits with partners and things like that, it was a no-brainer, And don't ask me what I made at Sunrun and ask me what I make now and ask me if I made the right choice. And I would tell you 100%. Right? So that's all I have, Ken. I need to take care of the days of observation here. So good morning, Stuart. Good morning, Serena. I'm going to summon you guys to move over into a room. Can you guys accept the invitation?
Yeah.
All right, guys, see you guys later there. So let me wrap up the meeting. So guys, basically, the reason why this opportunity came about because of the employee mindset and the entrepreneur I was talking about, right? I envisioned something better than both of them. All right, as an employee, there's little control, there's seniority involved, and you technically have to kiss butt, or there's a lack of resource or ability to get to the top. Wouldn't you guys agree with that? You guys understand the pyramid structure in the corporate America setting? Right? Regardless if somebody is competent or not, they have to face that leader. Right? And it's kind of unfortunate. That's why you have movies and stuff of sabotage and things like that, because you need to get to that top place. Right? Is that true here in this environment?
Nope.
How motivated is your leaders and your partners in trying to get you guys to be successful?
Very motivated. Thank the Lord.
Yes, why are they motivated? Why do you think they're motivated?
Because we want more out of life.
Yes, we want more out of life. So this business brings two things. One, you get compensated for helping others. Right? The way the company is structured is the old right flows because of your ability to develop others. I don't know if you know this, but that's how it's set up. Okay, and it gets bigger and bigger the more impact you make toward others. Why? Because you're helping the company grow. The money flows to those that help grow the team. So if you love people, right, and you have a vision of excelling and having control in your own growth, this is right for you. right? But it comes with you pushing yourself, because regardless of me, Stefan, or even your leaders push you, the decision is yours. And you know, I spoke to Kevin yesterday. You know, from time to time I speak to one of you guys. There's a battle between us, right? Is that stability, chill, I just want to relax, to do I want to push, right? We have that every single day, right? And that's what this business is challenging, is you always have to make the decision to push, right? And just be real with yourself. If you're that driven and you have that big why, if you want better than what your parents have, and you want to break the chains that hold your family back, this is the way to do it. You do that by breaking and growing within yourself. Does that make sense, guys? How many guys want more? How many guys want to do your parents better?
Heck yeah.
Make them proud. Deepen the family tree. Solidify the family for generations to come. How many of you guys feel that way?
Yes, sir.
We'll pick the right side.
Let's make it happen.
Does that make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
And you know, sometimes you have to fight them for that. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know, I fought them for 10 years for them to be like, okay, you're right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was like, yes. But that's part of the journey, is you have to be strong-willed and you have to know what you want. Your whys have to be strong. That's why those meetings are so important, because you gotta hone that and you have to protect that. It has to get stronger, because every single day the battle is gonna be with someone else that's trying to take the easy route, and sometimes it's you that's doing that. Does that make sense, guys? But if that's what you want, and you want better and you want more, entrepreneurship is the way to go. And if you guys want to chill and you're real with yourself, guys, this is not the right opportunity for you. I'll be honest. It's just too freaking hard. It'll push you in every direction.